Hey guys, how you doing? In this video, I want to use the FOIL method to multiply polynomials. Now, in my last video, I showed how to use the distributive property to multiply polynomials. So let me quickly write down a problem. Now, as you recall in my last video, what I did was I took this term here and I multiplied it by this term. And then I took this term here, the x plus 1, I multiplied it by the 2. And that gave me my answer. But to do it, I had to break it up into two different problems and solve each of those problems. What the FOIL method does, it gives you a shortcut to derive the answer to this multiplication. So let me quickly show you how to do this. First, the FOIL method stands for first, outer, inner, last. And that is going to be the order that you're going to work through this. So let's take the first. What that refers to is the first term in each set of parentheses. So it's going to be the x and the x. And we're going to multiply these together, these first terms together. And we're going to get x squared. Now we're going to move on to the outer. What the outer is it's going to be this term here, the x, times the 2. And when these are multiplied together, we're going to get 2x. So we're going to go plus 2x. And now we're going to move on to the inner. And that's just going to be the 1 and the x. We're going to multiply those together to get 1 times x is x. Now finally we're going to go to the last, which is going to be these terms, the 1 and 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Now we're going to combine like terms, the 2x and the x. 2x plus x, of course 3x, so we're going to get x squared plus 3x plus 2. That's going to be your answer. It's going to be x squared plus 3x plus 2. Now if you refer back to my last video, you're going to see it's a much quicker way to derive the answer to this problem. And that's what the FOIL method is. It's a shortcut. It's a shortcut to get the answer to this problem. But there are some limitations to this shortcut. The limitation is that it only applies to polynomials with 2 terms multiplied by another polynomial with 2 terms. So if this polynomial in this parentheses had 3 terms, we couldn't use the FOIL method to solve it. We'd have to go back to the distributive property to solve that polynomial. But just to recap the FOIL method, I'll put down another problem real quick. Just to recap what we're doing here is you take the first, you multiply those together, the first terms in the set of parentheses. You take the outer terms in the parentheses and you multiply those together. And you add them to the first multiplication. Then you take the inner terms and you multiply those together and you add them to the previous results. And then you take the last terms in the parentheses and you add those to your previous results. So in this case, we're going to have 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 times y is 3y, plus x times 4 is 4x, plus x times y is xy. And that is the FOIL method.